Good morning, students. Now, I think all of you remember that in our last class we were discussing differentiation. Before that, actually, I again tell you, we are discussing the calculus. Two types of calculus. We are just discussing it superficially. Two types of calculus. One is the differential calculus, another is the integral calculus. We are first discussing the differential calculus. Okay, now in differential calculus, I have told you regarding limits, constant, variable, etc., functions and all. Now, I think our last step in our last discussion was this, if you remember, where the lecture was just stopped due to the less space in our mobile, you can see. So anyway, I am starting it from here. That is, our last step was, I am taking from there only, limit delta y by delta x as delta x tends to 0 is written as dy by dx. Okay, dy by dx is called differentiation of y with respect to x. It is differentiation of y with respect to x. But mind this, here I just make you clear, it is written as dy by dx. It is better I write it in this way, d by dx. Look, it is actually d by dx together of y. D by dx of y. Alright, it is not that d and dy will be separated and d and dx will be separated. Dx will be together. Dx is together. I have written it like this. That's why I've joined them. D by dx together. It's a function. It's a differentiation. It's a function of what? Of y. Okay? Of y. Now, of y, there may be, y may have the different values. Y, we are going to differentiate y with respect to x. Alright? Because again, my dear student, I am telling you again, we are doing physics, not mathematics. Be clear, we are doing physics, not mathematics. That's why I just tell you here what we are doing the superficial discussion of this differentiation. We have a superficial discussion like d by dx of y. Now, what may be the different values? For that, I am giving you a list of important formula. Look, I am giving you a list of important formula. It's very clear. First is, if y is equal to x to the power n, then dy by dx means I am differentiating x to the power n with respect to x, that is coming out to be n x to the power n minus 1. A very important formula. Right? Means what? The power becomes the coefficient into that factor, that variable, and that power minus 1. Then number 2, if y is equal to u plus minus v, suppose y is expressed as the sum of the two variables or difference of the two variables, then how much? dy by dx should be d by dx of u plus minus v must be written as du by dx plus minus dv by dx. Look, du by dx, like this, du by dx and plus dv by dx. For this plus, here for this minus, here minus. Number 3, for y is equal to u into v, maybe the product, then it will be dy by dx, that is equal to d by dx into u into v, that is u into dv by dx plus v into du by dx. Alright? Look, it's very simple. What we have done, first variable differentiation of the second one, plus second variable into differentiation of the first one. Then number 4, for y is equal to u by v. It is quotient. That is product. This is quotient. Then it is dy by dx should be d by dx of u by v. It should be written like this. Look, v into du by dx minus u into dv by dx divided by v square. You have to be very careful in writing this expression. Here denominator will be there, then differentiation of the numerator, minus numerator will be there, differentiation of the denominator, obviously with respect to x, divided by v square, denominator square. Alright, you have to be very cautious, especially in writing this formula number 4, because in formula number 3, if it is interchanged, no problem, only alternate. But here, first v du by dx minus this, because there is a subtraction sign, minus sign. Plus sign, it makes no difference, but in minus sign, it makes difference. And one more, that is you can say it is called chain rule. Okay, it's also very important, chain rule. What happens in chain rule? I write here, if y is the function of u and u is the function of x, means you understand, indirect way, y is the function of u and u is the function of x. I told you before, if you remember, my dear students, if you remember, to differentiate a particular factor with respect to something, it should be the function of that. For example, once I remind you here, dy by dx, differentiation of y with respect to x will be taking place only when y is the function of x. I hope I am clear what I am saying. Again I repeat our previous day's discussion. Differentiation of y with respect to x will be possible. You can differentiate y with respect to x only when y is the function of x. If y is not the function of x, you cannot differentiate y with respect to x. But here what happens? Y is the function of u and u is the function of x. Y is directly not the function of x, it is function of u. U is the function of x. And suppose I have been asked to differentiate y with respect to x. Follow me? The situation, could you get? I am saying y is the function of u and u is the function of x, and you are asked to differentiate y with respect to x. Then what will you do? Then what we shall do? dy by du into du by dx. I will write it like this. This is the chain. dy by du into du by dx. Understood? And if y is equal to u to the power n, let us say, if y is the function of u, then y should be maybe u to the power n, then dy by dx should be how much? d by du of u to the power n into du by dx. Means what? Means n u to the power n minus 1 du by dx. This will be the differentiation. Look, a very important rule, it is the chain rule. At some places we may need it. We can do it in this way. If it is chain, means if y is the function of u is the function of x, I have to differentiate dy by dx. Then it should be written dy by du into du by dx. Okay. Now suppose I assign the value of y as u to the power n, then how much will be there? This will be the value. Look at this. These all formula you just keep in your mind. Alright? These important formula you just keep in your mind. On the basis of this formula only we can solve the questions. I hope you got my point, all of you. Alright? So this is about the idea of the differentiation. At this moment I am giving you only these 5 formula. There are so many other formula also for trigonometric functions, for logarithmic functions, etc. But we are not going to discuss those at this moment. At this moment, we are not going to discuss those. Right? At this moment, I am only keeping these formula. I hope you got my point. This important formula you just keep in your mind. Clear?